Hello everybody, Solo Black 313, Rise and Ride coming at you. And today is January 30th, 2022. And I'm on my way to the office to do a little paperwork on a Sunday. I should have did it Friday before I left, but I didn't. It is currently 21 degrees. And I'm riding fine. Okay, so what are we talking about today? As you know, Harley-Davidson came out a couple of days ago with their Further Faster campaign for the new Harleys for 2022, but only one interested me. I watched the video. It's about a 30-minute video, and the introduction, you can tell that Harley is trying to be more inclusive in its buyers. Young, black, white, old, gay, different ethnicities were mixed in the mix, and I think that's a good thing. Like I said before, if you're selling the product, you have to advertise to everyone that buys it. So like I say, I was more lighter than the Lowrider ST version. Don't really have, I mean, I heard the specs, but I'm on my bike and I couldn't write them down to rattle off to you guys. So if I say something that's not right, please correct me in the comments. Okay, now I've only had access to one Harley-Davidson in my whole riding career that spans almost 30 years, where I had my friend's 2006 Harley-Davidson V-Rod. I had a warehouse that I lived and worked out of, and my friend Brian stored his V-Rod there for 3 years, so it wasn't mine, but I do have an intimate knowledge of the Harley V-Rod. There are a lot of different models of Harley-Davidsons, and some look alike to me. I can't really call them off. Road Glide or Electric Glide. They have various versions of their motorcycles. So the models that I really like are I like the Road King. I like the V-Rod, of course, but they don't make it anymore. And I think it's called the Fat Boy. I like those, that model. I try not to talk bad about any motorcycle company, because I like riding motorcycles. They're just models that I don't like, and there are very few Harley-Davidson models that I like. And then also it's the engineering of the bike. Like I said, when I had the 2006 V-Rod, it was liquid cooled, and if you know anything about motorcycles, liquid cools are stronger runners than air and oil cooled bikes. So from a standpoint of that, I don't really like them. Now, there are a lot of cruisers in the Harley lineup, and once again, you've heard me say this several times, I am not a fan of fairings. And when I say I'm riding this ST1300, and it has what would be considered a fairing, but it's not, that's the way it is. It's not a cruiser, it's a sport bike. Sport bikes have fairing. They're more integrated into the bike, so that's a difference. I have a 2001 Honda Shadow, and it doesn't have fairings on them. And you've heard me say this before, I don't even like windshields on cruisers. That's just my thing. I don't knock it. It's just not my thing to have a windshield on a cruiser. I don't like them. I got to take it really easy out here, man, because it is my tires aren't coming up to temperature because it's so cold. Like I say, you know, now it's 19 degrees. It's done dropped down 2 degrees since we've been riding. It was 21 when we first started out. So Harleys don't really appeal to me, except for the models I mentioned, the V-Rod, the Sportster S, the new 2022 Sportster S. Now I like that bike compared to the old other past made Sportster S's. I really like that Sportster S. 125 horsepower. I mean, liquid cooled. I'm not familiar with the engine size, but I know it's got to be at least a 1200, and it has a different motor. I think it's called a Revolution or Evo. Correct me on that, but I like the way that bike looks. It's had a lot of really good reviews about it. Now, the Pan America is a ADV bike, adventure bike. Nope, it does nothing for me. I don't like the looks of it, and once again, I am not an adventure rider, so that does nothing for me. I hope Harley is successful. I know they went through a few CEO changes over the last, 10 years, and that's a good thing. I think Harley's starting to change up a little bit to where they were stuck with this old mindset. And I am the firm believer, once you stop changing, you stop growing. And I think they know their survival depends on it. Harley isn't like Kawasaki or Yamaha or Honda, where Honda doesn't depend on Honda motorcycles for its existence. Honda makes motorcycles, airplanes, small engines. They make a lot of different things like Kawasaki and Yamaha. They're more of a diverse company, where Harley only has Harley bikes and some merchandising, shirts and all that kind of stuff. Not to say that they don't do well in that, they do, but they don't have the money that Yamaha, Honda, and Kawasaki have. They just don't have it. They're not as big because those three bike manufacturers are diverse in their products. But I do want to see Harley. I do want to see Harley succeed. It's an American company. Why wouldn't I? I'm American, and I do want to see them succeed. But a lot of their failures had to do with Honda and the decisions they made. Like, I'm just a firm believer. I wish they wouldn't have never got rid of Buell. To me, Buell could have been their could have been like their more research and development line of motorcycles, and we really don't know what happened. Did Eric Buell leave because of creative differences? Did Harley decide to make some decisions and got rid of Eric Buell? Only Eric Buell, Honda, and God really knows what caused Buell to no longer be associated with Harley. So from the standpoint of me just knowing a little limited information, I liked Eric Buell's bikes. I mean, I really liked them. I had a friend of mine that had a Blast 500, and that was a nice bike, and he would ride that bike like it was a touring bike. He was all over the place. There are a lot of other bikes by Buell that I can't name by offhand, but I liked them. So I'm just saying, I wish that it would have been nice if Honda would have kept Buell as a subsidiary of them. And when you would say like Honda Buell, that type of bike was going to be more of a progressive type of bike, and their Harley's standard bikes would remain the same. A lot of people like Harley's standard type, cruiser type bikes, air cool, but Buell could have been the division of Harley that was creative and had really innovative ideals. So I think it did Harley a disservice to get rid of Buell. Now that's just my take, So because it's so new, And the pictures I've seen of the Lowrider ST version, the views are just, you know, it's more cinematic. No one's really did a review on it yet, and they're not really showing any really good pictures or videos of the bike. Already some of the people that have given reviews on this Lowrider S are kind of dogging it out, saying it's nothing more than a dressed up Dyna, and that might be true. And you know, that's going to happen with any bike release that comes out. Only sales and time will tell if those bikes are any good, you know. And like I said, once again, I hope Harley hits it out of the park. Okay, I'm pulling up to work. I'll get with you guys in about a second, but in reality, it'll probably be about 2 hours for me. So I'll see you guys in a minute, okay?